Let's paint a picture. I'm scrolling through TikTok, going through my mentions when I stumble upon this video. The concept sparks an idea in my brain. I spend hours creating the board and filming and editing the video. I upload it, you click on it, and now we're here. A truly full circle moment. Now I'm talking to you and telling you how we are about to watch my entire thought process making this game board. The highs, the lows, and the everything in between. Okay, that's it. Just go ahead and watch the video. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, there isn't really a corner of my room that is not a mess, so this is what we're going with. The very first step in this plan is to make the board. It's actually not the first step. I actually just lied to you guys. The actual first step is to figure out what board game we're doing. And then there's a lot of steps after that. Where my brain is going is that 1, we unbox all this stuff. 2, we figure out kind of what board game I'm going to model this after. 3, we figure out the prompts and stuff that I'm going to use. And then the 4th and final step of creating it is to create it. 4th and final, nope, already said that. The final, absolute final boss of this video is to play the game. So it is actually August 30th when I'm filming this. We're gonna get down to business. First of all, we're gonna unbox the materials, some of the materials that I need for today's video. Box 1. This holds some of our creative stuff. Just absolutely demolishing this packaging, by the way. So this is our washi tape brown bag. Don't know what this is either. I kind of want to watch Marley and Me, but like, should I really put myself in that headspace right now? Oh my gosh, I ordered even more washi tape. All right, even more. To be honest though, I did order this at like 2 a.m. the other night. Inspiration was striking. It must have struck hard with the washi tape. Like, I don't even know what I'm going to do with all the washi tape, but I have a lot of it. Oh my god, if this is more washi tape, there's no way this is more washi tape. Hopefully this bag's a little bit more useful. We have some poster Sharpie markers, which are 100% going to make me feel like when I was a kid, okay, and I was in elementary school or middle school, these right here are the markers that the teachers used on these like big little poster boards where they would sit, and in elementary school they would like have you sit on the ground around them, and they would take these bad boys out and like write really big on those sheets. And like, since I was a kid, there's been something instilled in me for like, I wanted nothing more to have these markers and just like draw on a poster board. OMG. Okay, so I ordered multiple poster boards thinking they were like the big white poster boards, and they're this, and there's multiple of them. We're gonna make this work. And also I got a ruler. Okay, I do think I'm missing something. All right, well, it says your package was left in the mail room. I don't have a mail room. I don't know what happened there. Awesome. Okay, so we're just gonna roll with the punches here. Okay, so step 1 of many is that we need to figure out what board game that I really want to like design my TBR game after. When you think of board game, of course, I feel like you think of Monopoly, Life, Chutes and Ladders, Candyland, Clue. Wow, I really don't know anything about board games. I feel like the best probability we have is either Monopoly or Candyland. Now with Candyland, what I remember the essence of it being is that you just kind of like, did you roll a dice or did you draw cards? Oh my god, like why did I block out everything about board games from my childhood? What happened? I think the essence of it is like you roll the dice of how many spaces that you move, you land on that space, there's usually a card of some sort that you may or may not have to pick up to instruct you to do a certain thing, whether that's like move up this many spaces or like, oh, you gotta go do this. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Something of that essence. So what I have to do is I need to do a little bit of research. Should it have been done before I started filming? Yes. But are we just gonna roll with the punches and do it right here? That's also a yes.
Huh. She found us. dry your hair?
Should you blow dry your hair?
You have hair blow dryer?
Yeah, you don't have a blow dryer, do you?
I have a black one at my house.
Well, guess what? I got one at my house too.
She said we could use that blow dryer. If I say
In my head you were saying, we're soaring, flying.
To conduct the first essence of our research, we need to go to good old Google. We're gonna look up Monopoly, okay? Monopoly. Here we are. Okay, images. Let's see what this brings up for us. Okay, it's been a while since I've played Monopoly, but if I remember correctly, and chances are I probably don't, but if I do remember correctly, then the whole entire essence of the game is to like buy property. And I don't really know how to tie that in to the TBR thing, because if we go and click on this right here, okay? If we go and like, can we zoom this in? I know nothing about technology. So see, this right here, this is also the bad thing about not having played a board game in a really long while, is that I can't remember like what the cards are for either. What I remember is that you start on go. You start on go. And then everybody has a dice, you have your little pieces, and then you roll the dice on how far you get to go. And so then like if you land on a property, isn't it like you can buy the property for however much it is, right? You have the set of cards that are like the cards to say that you own the property. And then I can't remember like what the little chest things are or the question marks. I don't know. This is really difficult for me to understand. Okay, cannot spell, but let's hope that Google gets it. Ah, they did. They did. They got it. Okay. We got him. We got him, folks. This one seems a lot less complicated. This one, it's just a little swirly durly doodah, and you pretty much just go and land on one of these. Okay. Maybe if I remembered how to play these board games, this video would make a lot more sense. I used to play Candyland with my dad. It was like that and Life. The game of Life. I mean, I'm losing at the game of Life currently. Like, I'm losing at the game of Life. I don't have, like, an active board game of Life going on, but I, like, the game of my life. So, let's look that up, though. Board game. What if they don't let me do it? Like, it's like a, what's that one movie called with Jim Carrey? I forgot. Can we see the board? It's been so long. It's the last I've seen my son. Okay, so this one... Listen, I don't have like the architecture for this. Like the best I can do is a dice. And I can't even do the dice because they didn't even send me them. So you spin this little thing and then you move spaces. But what do these little spaces say? Am I really gonna have to YouTube how to play these board games? Like, is my memory that bad? Oh my god, okay. Is this in another language? Oh, it's in another language. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so it says green, my own business. Oh wait, I mean, but it's no, this is kind of like Monopoly. Like, I can't really do this because this is kind of like Monopoly. Like, you have the money and then you land and you have kids and you get a job and you pick the cards and it picks the job. It's coming back to me slowly but surely. If we were to model my TBR game after one of these board games, I think it would have to be Candyland, because what I'm thinking in my little brain, it's essentially just the little stops and you roll the dice and it, like, whatever you land on is the TBR prompt that you have to choose from, or like whatever is on it. That's basically what I got. So here's what I'm thinking though. In Candyland, don't you also have cards, or am I dumb? Let me go and watch a video on how to do the Candyland thing. Guys, I learned how to play Candyland. Before we get into this though, I do want to hope that you cannot hear the people outside of my window, and they are screaming. It's like what I imagine when you're watching a scary movie and you hear, like, and you're watching what's happening to them and you think like, how are the, like, I wonder what the neighbors are hearing. Like, are the neighbors hearing any of this? Like, that's what I imagine the neighbors are like in that scary movie. So I know that you guys are looking at me like, okay, so shouldn't you go like check that out? And the answer is, I already know like what they're doing. It's just a bunch of kids in their backyard, but it just reminds me of like, say you're watching Halloween, for example, and I understand that I'm like going on a major detour right now, but just like let me do it. It's like when you're watching Halloween and Jamie Lee Curtis is running through, or sorry, Laurie Strode, excuse me. She's running through the neighborhood and you're thinking like, wow, where are all of the neighbors? And how are they not hearing what's going on? I forget where this was stemming from. Oh, I learned how to play Candyland. If you just took so much of this video out of context, it's just concerning. I did learn how to play Candyland. So what you do, Destiny, throw up a Candyland board, okay? So what you do is you get your little characters at the beginning. I don't have any little characters to make. Maybe I'll make one, who knows? Maybe I'll just use a little something. You put your little character at the beginning, and there are like 3 or 4 different colors circulating throughout the whole entire board, right? And so you have this deck of cards, and on those cards there's a color. So it's either like 1 square of purple or it's 2 squares of purple. And what that means is like if you draw 1 square of purple, that means you just move to the like next closest purple square. But if you draw like 2 purple squares, then you go to like the first and then the second. So you go to the second nearest purple square. But there are also cards that have like a little image on them, like a lollipop or something like that, and that's like kind of like a go move all the way up the board type of thing. And there are also like little shortcuts throughout the board. Here's my idea. I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to use like 3 or 4 different colors throughout the whole entire board. Every single square is going to have a color marked on it. But the twist is that every single square is going to have a different TBR prompt on it. You know, if I draw like the colors, I go to the next closest purple and I see like what that TBR prompt has in store. And I can also make this fun. So I can make I want to make this a board that I can now use for like the months to come. And that's why I want like a lot of squares, a lot of different TBR prompts, and all of that good stuff. What I'm planning on doing is also having some cards. So like say I go onto a lollipop, what I am planning on doing is having like a deck of cards, and it's gonna have like the lollipop drawn on the back of the deck of cards. So it's gonna be like a lollipop deck, like a lollipop and a sucker is the same. We're not gonna do lollipops. We're gonna do like fruits or something like that. So like a strawberry, a banana, a blueberry. There's gonna be a bunch of different decks of cards that are gonna be interchangeable for like some different fresh TBR prompts that are different and maybe like a little bit special to the month that we're doing. And the ideas are now just circulating throughout my brain. Can you believe this? I didn't think the day would literally ever come. Here is the next step now that we have the ball rolling. I have no TBR prompts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my handy dandy cowboy boot notebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start categorizing just different TBR prompts, or like strawberry card TBR prompts, blueberry card TBR prompts, like special ones. Maybe like, oh, a black licorice is like, I forget what it is, like skip a turn or something. But what the black licorice is going to be like you have to look up what is the like worst rated book on your TBR. I said the ideas were rolling. I didn't say they were good, okay? I'm gonna watch a little bit of YouTube while I scour the internet and scour my brain. I've said on multiple times to multiple different people that my brain is like the SpongeBob meme where there's like a bunch of different SpongeBobs and his brain is just like a filing cabinet that's on fire and the files are just everywhere. Like that's my brain at all times. So I'm gonna scour my brain, which is the scary place. It can also be described as like in the Wild Wild West where you hear the like, and there's just like a tumbleweed and it's like a whole lot of nothing. So we're gonna see what she has up there. Okay, see you guys in a bit. See you guys in a bit. Okay, love ya. Oh my gosh. I just started doing that and Charlie like lifted her head up. Hold on, I have to show you guys. Oh my god, my room's a mess. Don't look at my room. But look, she just like has her little head up because I was going, look, I just did it again and she just lifted her head up. Aww, that's how you know how loved Charlie is. She hears the kissing sound effect and she's like, all right. I work better delirious anyway. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Update, I found a package in my mailbox and it has my name on it and it might be the dice. Oh my god, wait. How many dice? 8, 9, 10. 100 I bought 100 dice. I just need, wait, I didn't even need dice. Oh my God. If I ever need dice, I have 100 of them. Okay, so I have 34 regular, just like TBR prompts. I have 5 for the strawberry prompts, 5 for the blueberry prompts. I have 6 wild cards and 6 banana ones, which I will explain all of this literally in a second. But now, it's about creating the board. It's about the creative process of it all. Also, I bought a Scream costume the other day, so I just have like a ghost face mask sitting in my room. This is where my mom put it, and it unsettles me daily. In the middle of the night, look over and I see it propped up, scares the crap out of me. Here's our game board. We just need one of these bad boys. So what I am going to do is I'm going to just do like a little swirly pattern, going to differentiate a few different colors, and then I'm going to write the TBR prompts. I'm going to color them in and then write the TBR prompts on the square. I'm also going to make the squares that it has like a strawberry square, and that means I draw a strawberry card, and there's like 5 strawberry cards with different TBR prompts on them. So the strawberry and blueberry cards, those are like the TBR prompts that I want. So like I put like free pick or like go buy a book and put that on your TBR, and like a few other ones that like a prompt that I definitely would 100% want. And then the wild card is what I think you guys would want. So like the Harry Potter series, put that on your TBR, because I know that you guys have been begging me for that, and this is now officially fall time, so I'm gonna put that on there for a wild card. Like sad books or just stuff that I've seen you guys want me to read, I put on those. And then banana, that's the bad one, because bananas hurt my stomach, and these TBR prompts would hurt my stomach too. So like we have like, I think it's the lowest rated that's on my TBR, a DNF book, or like a book that I just think when I look at it that I won't rate it very highly. Something like that, that it just honestly isn't something that I would pick to put on my TBR. So now I just have to make the game board and make a rule board. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the creative process of that, and maybe I'll time lapse it, maybe I won't. I will get back with you guys. Wouldn't this be fun? I mean, I should probably use this one, but wouldn't it be fun if I tried to do like new game concepts every month? So like this month is Candyland, and next month I try to articulate Monopoly. Let me know down below if you guys would see that, since I have like, how many are 25? For the next 2 years, this is what I'm going to do. At night. I have been sitting here for hours. I think I've been sitting here since like 7 o'clock or earlier than that. I just finished everything for this board game, and my back hurts so bad, and I'm so over it. I thought about if I finished it tonight, then we could like play it tonight, but honestly, I need to remove my makeup and sit in bed and play Animal Crossing for a little bit. So I filled out and made all of the cards. I'm gonna put these in a Ziploc baggie and like shake them up to store them in, but also like that way they're all shuffled. This is her. This is the board game. Guys, why does this kind of slay? I'm gonna like put in a close-up shot of it over this, but why does this kind of slay? I just do something here? Be honest. So there are 49 prompts on the actual board, and that's not even counting the ones that are on the cards. So I think we have like over like 50 to 60 prompts that are on here. So my idea with this is that the board, like where you see all of these are going to be like when we play, because I'm gonna use this, okay? I'm gonna use this every month. This is gonna be like an every month thing for our TBR from here on out. With this, which I'll explain how we play the game and stuff tomorrow when we go to play the game. But with this, these are just kind of like book from a new author, book with a person on the cover, like very just generic, like you can kind of use them for anything. The ones on these cards though are more like hyper specific. Like I said, like some of the wild card ones are like specific series or something that you guys want me to read. So these will change, but the ones on the board won't, because they're more generic than these. I will see you guys in the morning to play the TBR game. What a interesting name. All my creativity went away to this. Like this is where all the creativity went, because when it was time to make a name, I literally just was like the TBR game. I'm sleep deprived and need to go to bed. The time has come for us to play this game. So I have all the cards right here. I'm gonna shuffle them up. I said I was gonna get a baggie, but I'm honestly too lazy to go downstairs. So shuffling all of the cards up that have the other little prompts. We're gonna put these down. Oh, wild, blueberry, wild, wild. Okay, we have the board all set up. I don't know how many times we're gonna go around, but the good thing is that yesterday when I was like, oh, I got these dice. Oh wait, I don't need these dice. But now since we're playing the game like this, we do need the dice. This dice is gonna work to be our actual dice, but then also to be the little player thing. Wonder what dice we're gonna pick. Literally have 100 of them. So we have our 2 dice. We're gonna take the pink one. It's gonna be a starter piece. I'm gonna take this dice, I'm gonna roll it. We're gonna start from here and we're gonna go all the way down here through here. I don't know how many times I'm gonna roll and do it. I think maybe we should do it to the amount that's like 8 times or so. I don't know. Very, very scared. First roll, here we go. 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the first prompt is next book in a series. The first prompt is next book in a series. Okay, I should probably write this down on my phone. Where did my phone go? Okay, so I'm gonna keep it on my notes app because I wanna play through and then we'll go to the books and decide on what books we're gonna do. So the very first prompt is a next book in a series, which I'm actually very excited for because I wanna get back to some of the fantasy books that I have on my TBR. So I feel like I might use that one for a fantasy. Okay, let's do the next roll. This is so much fun. This like took me a very long time to do. This is so much fun. 1. Book from a new author. Okay, I don't know. I mean, come on. I literally have like a 300 plus TBR. I think, well, no, there's definitely a book from an author that I haven't read, but I don't have one off the top of my head. So this is so much fun. I'm having so much fun with this. This is like me sitting in my room alone playing this board game. It's so much fun. 4, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, I just landed on a banana, which is one of the bad prompts. I can't believe this. This would be my luck. This would be my luck that we have a bad prompt. Okay, I'm gonna pick it off the top of the pile and you guys are gonna read it before I do. Okay, can you guys see it? I don't know, I have 2 camera angles going on. Okay. Give a DNF a second chance. Nor. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Literally, of course, with my luck, I got the card that is the bad ones. Okay, cool. We're gonna move past this. Okay. 3. 1, 2, 3. A young adult book. This is fun because I feel like there's so many books I can choose from, like in the young adult realm. Okay. 1. A banned book. That's super interesting because we can also make this into a video. So if you guys don't know what a banned book is there's like a list of books that are banned from reading in school. I'm pretty sure is what it is. When I was a junior and I took AP Lang, I remember that we had to read a banned book and like do an essay on it. So I actually have a few banned books, I think, on my TBR that I haven't read yet. Next roll. This is gonna be our 6th prompt. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. A book more than 500 pages. Oh my gosh. I have books everywhere. A book more than 500 pages. Well, my luck with this one, usually when I do stuff like this, I feel like I always get the prompts and I'm like, I hope I don't get that one. I feel like I always am getting those. Also, I have just now decided that we're gonna do 10 because I feel like 8 is such an odd number. We're gonna do 10 of this picking the prompt, and now from here on out, because we're on prompt 7, so for the next, we're gonna do the double dice. That way we actually hopefully make it around the board. Okay. Okay, it's 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we gotta turn around the board. This one is an OG Book Talk book that you haven't read. So we're talking about the books on Book Talk. We're talking about like your Ugly Loves, your Song of Achilles, your, you know, the list of like Punk 57, Ugly Love, and ends with the Song of Achilles, like when Book Talk first started going super viral. The OG Book Talk books. We were liars. All of that stuff. There are a few of them that I haven't read yet, so that's very interesting. Number 8. Let's do this thing. Okay, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to turn this board around. This one is a literary fiction book. So this is just like a book. Okay, I feel like we can work with this. We can definitely work with this. There's a lot of different ones. I feel like this is gonna make our reading very diverse. 2 more prompts left. This is so much fun. I wish I could land on the ones like with the cards, but we're just landing on the other ones today. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one is a book with a cover that you low-key hate. Okay. I feel like, because I have said multiple times that I unfortunately do judge books by their covers a lot of the time. So whenever I do get a book and I kind of hate the cover, I do judge it and it does fall to the bottom of my TBR because I don't like it that much. So this shall be interesting. This is our 10th prompt. I'm very excited to see what the last one will be. Okay, here we go. 10, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait, let me make sure that I'm recounting. Okay, so we were right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're drawing a wild card. Now with the wild cards, there are different prompts on here that you guys will like. Like I wrote one of them, may or may not be something that you guys have really been asking for. And some of them are just fun, different types of prompts. Let's see what it is. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys see first. There is no way. There is no way. There is none, because I was literally thinking to myself in this video, guys, this is 100%, like, I could even fake this if I wanted to. In this video, I was like, a lot of people have been asking me to read Harry Potter. I don't know what month to read it in. And I was like, I put this on the wildcard prompt because I know so many of you guys, like even on videos that I upload, people are like, I can't wait for the Harry Potter vlog. Like it's probably right now the most requested video on my channel. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put it on a wild card if I happen to do it, but I also shuffled up all of the cards beforehand and I landed on the wild card for our 10th prompt and I picked the card that said to read the Harry Potter series. That is insane, because I was also thinking about this in the back of my mind. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we did do that? That is so crazy that that actually just happened. Okay, so for a little recap, we have 10 prompts for our September picks. So we have a next book in a series, a book from a new author, give a DNF a second chance, a young adult book, read a banned book, a book with more than 500 pages, an OG book talk book you haven't read yet, a literary fiction book, a book with a cover you low-key hate, and last but certainly not least, to read the Harry Potter series. What I really like about this is I feel like there are so many different types of books that we can take from these prompts. So I'm very excited and I really am happy to get to picking the books. So let's get to picking the books. Okay guys, so we're over here in this little corner of my room. So we're gonna go from top to bottom. So the first prompt we had was read a next book in a series, and since it's fall time, I feel like it would be the perfect time to pick back up a Cassandra Clare book, because I read, I think the first ever book from her, I read City of Bones, I'm pretty sure. That was the first book I read from her last year, and then the way it ended, I just never picked it back up. But I have heard amazing things about Cassandra Clare, so I really do want to continue on with her series. Last year, I started with the Mortal Instruments, so I started with City of Bones. So the first book on this month's TBR is going to be City of Ashes, the second book in the Mortal Instruments series. Get excited, I am finally stepping back into Cassandra Clare. I feel like this time of year too is like perfect for this series. Okay, the next book is a book from a new author. So I have a lot of these. There's a lot of different books that I haven't read an author from. So I'm looking onto my bookshelves. I think I'm going to pick Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club by J. Ryan Straddle. So I definitely have never read a book by them, and this is also a literary fiction book, so it could have went for the literary fiction as well. The cover of this I feel like just screams great vibe. I don't know, something about this book just called out to me. It's a new author. I haven't read anything from them before. Okay, I can already hear the comment. Yes, I'll take off the sticker. Okay, second book is Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club. Okay, that's kind of a hard title to say. Okay, the next book is Give a DNF a Second Chance. And I know exactly what book I'm going to be going with because this book wasn't a DNF because I wasn't liking it. It was a DNF because I read this book for a video and I feel like I've started to get burnt out. So this book was just like a cause of that. And that is none other than Legend Born by Tracy Dion. I think I got, let's see, I still have it dog-eared. I got to page 187 in this book and didn't finish it. I read this for my reading 7 thrillers in 7 days. No, reading 5 thrillers in 5 days. I was going to read this for my reading 5 thrillers in 5 days, and in that video I just got so burnt out with fantasy that this book wasn't bad. It's just that I was so tired of reading fantasy and I wanted the video up, so I was just like so tired of reading it. So I think I'm going to start from the beginning with this one and with no pressure behind it get into this story because I know that this is a book that a lot of people love. Next up is just a young adult book. I have a lot of young adult books on my TBR, I feel, so this shall be interesting. I'm going to use this as a chance to read Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a young adult like mystery book, and this is another YA series that I feel like is really widely loved, and I've heard that this is really good for fall. So this takes place at like a boarding school. I think there's like a murder mystery going on and the main character is trying to figure it out. Okay, for this one we have Read a Banned Book. Now let me pull up a banned book list. Okay, so I'm going on Amazon and they're showing me the list of banned books. So we have To Kill a Mockingbird, Of Mice and Men, Fahrenheit 451, Lord of the Flies, Speak, The Catcher in the Rye, Why the Caged Bird Sings, Animal Farm, 1984, which I've actually already read and I hated that book. A Wrinkle in Time, Boy in the Striped Pajamas, The Color Purple, The Outsiders. Oh my gosh, I love The Outsiders. I love the movie and the book of The Outsiders. The Book Thief, The Handmaid's Tale, The Love. You know what? I kind of want to read The Handmaid's Tale. So I think I don't physically own that, but I want to go to the store and buy that, especially since I just read The Grace here last month, and I've heard that that is The Lord of the Flies meets The Handmaid's Tale. So I think I'm going to put The Handmaid's Tale on here and go and buy it. Next up, we have a book that is more than 500 pages. Now this one may be a little bit more difficult because I feel like that's usually like a next book in a series of some sort. I don't know if I just like have that lying around that's not in a series. Let's see. I have the Nightingale over here. Hey guys, have the Nightingale over here. Let's see how many pages this is. This book is a thick one. How many pages are we? It's over 500 pages. Looks like we are almost 600 pages. We're right at 500, nope. Right at 564 pages, and I've heard amazing things about The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I have read Firefly Lane by her, and I absolutely adore that book. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I'm very excited to read this one. I'm pretty sure this takes place during World War II. It's about two sisters separated and they're separated and they're trying to find each other, I'm pretty sure. Okay, next is an OG book talk book that I haven't read yet, and there's not a lot of them. I think there's literally only a few of them, but the one that I own is one that you guys are going to be excited for, and that is none other than Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I know that the movie of this just came out, and I think that this is on Kindle Unlimited as well, because I do think I started like reading a few pages of this the other day. But this is like the OG book talk book. It's right up there with Punk 57, It Ends With Us, all of those that I have read. All of those because I feel like too, when I first started doing booktube videos, the ones that I haven't read I wanted to catch up on, that way I could have like an opinion on them. So this is one of the only ones that I haven't read yet. Next up we have just a literary fiction book, and for that I'm between these two because like I said, I am going on a beach vacation and I'm not in the mood to like read about the beach since I'm so into fall. But both of these I feel like do kind of have a summery backdrop that could be good to read on the beach, but aren't like taking place at the beach in the summer on a romance, if you know what I mean. I have My Magnolia Summer one. This cover is absolutely beautiful, and I think this one is about her family's beloved low country of South Carolina in this spicy and heartfelt debut about 3 strong women with strong appetites. I think it's about like 3 generations of women, and she has to go back to the house for some reason, but this just seems very like summeristic, and I really love it. Ellen Hildebrand has a little blurb on the front. I'm pretty sure this is about a teacher, broke English teacher. She writes the novel American Mermaid, and they want to turn the book into a Marvel-style action flick. She quits a job she loves and moves to Los Angeles for the promise of financial security. American Mermaid follows a young woman braving the casual slights and cruel calculations of a ruthless industry town where she discovers a beating heart in her own fiction, a mermaid who will fight to move between worlds without giving up her voice. A hilarious story about deep things. American Mermaid asks how far we'll go to protect the parts of ourselves that are not for sale. Wow, I feel like both of these are super strong. Both of them have a sticker too. Let me go ahead and peel that off while I think about it. I feel like I'm going to pick My Magnolia Summer to definitely put on there, but I also think I'm going to bring this one with me on vacation, so this one's sitting on the TBR anyway. Next one is a book with a cover that you low-key hate, which I think is so funny. Okay, there's a lot of books. I feel, okay, let's see. Oh, that's a cute cover. That's a cute cover. We have Hush Hush. I do hate this cover, but like, what is this about? Isn't this just Twilight? When Nora and Patch are forced together as lab partners, Nora would rather fall to her death than put up with his elusive answers to her questions, his teasing, and his infuriatingly handsome face and hypnotizing eyes. It seems Patch was put on Earth just to drive her crazy. This just feels like Twilight. Okay, wait, why do I kind of want to read this one now? Like, it started off as maybe like, I'm not reading this, but like, why do I kind of want to read it now? You know what, we're throwing this on the TBR. This that we just did with this book is insane, but we are putting on the TBR mostly because I just have a curiosity about this book. And of course, the very last prompt was to read the entire Harry Potter series. So I actually bought this like maybe a year ago. We have the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they have the numbers on here. Like, I didn't have to count. So we have 7 books. And I have never watched a Harry Potter movie. I've never read any of the books. I haven't read a single sentence of any of the books. I know nothing about it other than it's like a wizard and they go to this school. Don't know anything else about it. But very excited to go through this. Also, I got this set off of Thrift Books. I bought it secondhand. No, they're very like cool covers. They have this like, they're like different than the regular ones. Well guys, that was so exciting. I loved making the board and everything. Like I said, we are going to be using that board for as long as you guys want me to. We're gonna make this an every month thing now that we're gonna sit down and play the little board game, figure out what we want with our TBR. Thank you guys so much for going through this journey with me. It was definitely a roller coaster. So thank you guys so much for being there with me. And if you guys liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube steps that you guys know how to do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait for the videos and just the reads that are coming out of this month. I feel like we have a lot of different types of books going on this month, so excited for that. I will see you guys when I see ya.